Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's Brent here, coming at you before the opening because I gotta let y'all know this week's episode, if you can't tell by the title, might be slightly different than usual because my homie PJ was sick, man. He wanted to come in and do the show, but yeah, I was like, he sounded all bad. He said he'd been throwing up multiple times. I think he said 3 times already, and this is at like 11:30 in the morning. So I was like, nah, just go on and lay back, kick back, take your meds and chill. Little man got something from daycare, brought it back, got mom and dad sick, so the whole household, they doing kind of bad. So he ain't want to, but gotta get better, bro. Can't have you running around sick. It's already getting cold out here. But we ain't want to let a week go by already where, we ain't put out nothing. We just now getting a foothold out here, getting these listeners up. So I was telling him, I think of something. You go on and lay back, though. So I went on Twitter and I was like, hey, anybody got any questions y'all want to ask that I can answer or something, get some discussion popping off, we can do that. And so I got a couple questions because that's something me and P been wanting to do anyway. I told PJ that a lot of our friend Castaway podcast, shout out to y'all real quick, they've been doing that lately, doing Q&As, and I told P about it, and he's like, yo, let's do that because I want to see what people ask us. So I told him, I was like, I'll just do that, and then when he comes back, I'll ask y'all for some more, probably so he can get in on it too, or I might even just have him answer some of the questions y'all sent me. But when I was getting ready to do that, Mario from Superiority Complex was going down, homie. He hit me up and he was like, hey, if you need somebody, to guest or anything, we got 30 minutes free before we do our show today. So I got on the phone with them, and if you're familiar with all the episodes I've done with them, you know that 30 minutes can turn into almost 2 hours, and that's pretty much almost what happened here. We talked, and like you figured, it went for about an hour. So I didn't want to not answer the questions after y'all sent them to me. So the first half of this show is going to be me and Soup Complex just chilling. Then after that, I answer the questions for y'all at the end. So y'all know y'all took the time to send them to me and think of something, so I ain't want to just be like, oh, fuck them now, I don't need them no more. So hear that part, hear the questions. PJ will be back next week because he's already kind of sounding better as I'm recording this. I just talked to him not too long ago. And the only other thing I have to say is that my computer was updating at the time. I was trying to talk to Soup Complex, so I couldn't record myself through my microphone because it was talking about it was going to take like 30 minutes to record, and we were only supposed to be talking for 30 minutes. So I'm on the phone with them and I just use their audio. So when you hear it, that's why I sound like I'm on the phone, because I'm on the phone. So just to let y'all know, that's why it's going to sound kind of weird on my end anyway. I hope y'all enjoy it, man. PJ apologizes again that he couldn't be in, but hey, when you're sick, man. But we ain't want to leave y'all with nothing, so I got you covered. Enjoy the show. Mad love to y'all. See you next week. Peace, y'all.
We could probably give you about, 15 minutes,
whatever
maybe?
You want.
Whatever you need.
What's going on, everybody? I'm Brent, and this is the Home Video Hustle. As you heard, there's no other voice here because PJ's not feeling good. So, called in the crew. Go on and speak, y'all.
Hello, Brent.
What's up, Brent?
How you doing?
Hey, Brent.
Whoa!
Hey.
Hey, thanks for having us on. We are no replacement for PJ, we know, but the Superiority Complex is always ready to help out. So whatever you need us to do, we are here, sir.
Oh, yeah, thank you. Much appreciated, man, because I ain't know what to do when I called him this morning and he sounded like he was dying on the phone.
Just so you know, none of us can sing.
Yeah, we can't. We're sorry.
But whatever you say,
we can?
whatever you say, I will just say, damn right, or I'll just do those.
No.
Yeah, or I'll just go, like PJ. I can do that.
It's nice. Feels good.
It doesn't.
Just say damn right real loud. That's what I keep doing.
Damn right.
Damn right.
I hate Star Wars.
Whoa.
That's never happened.
Let's not go there.
We know that's not true. It's not possible.
Listen, man, better than Star Wars.
We don't need to.
You guys, I
Now
heard
you're supposed to say damn right, see?
No, I couldn't do it.
Wasn't natural.
I can't deny my programming.
Star Wars or Star Trek?
Star Wars.
Star Wars.
Star Wars.
Really? Okay.
Star Trek's for the intellectual, and we're not very intellectual.
Yeah, we're dumb.
Yeah.
That's why I think
right.
PJ might like Trek slightly better. Because he's into all that stuff.
You know, honestly, PJ, I think he's geared toward, because Star Wars, it's weird. It sounds weird to say, but I feel like Star Wars is more of a leap, whereas Star Trek is kind of rooted in our reality. It's humanity,
It's Earth.
it's humanity a few hundred years in the future. Like, it's probable. And when you look at the original series, they pretty much have laptops, and then they have all over all
cell
PDAs
phones.
all over the ship. So it's kind of
They had iPads too, right? Or something like that.
Well, the new one definitely, next generation definitely, they have iPads or whatever that thing is they all use. Yeah. So we're not too far off. So it might be a little bit more relatable for PJ.
You ever seen a movie called The Lawnmower Man 2?
No.
I saw the original Lawnmower Man.
Oh, you never see the sequel? Oh, we got to do it on the show one day. It's the dumbest movie in the world. They had iPhones in that movie, and they called them iPhones.
Did they really?
And that's like 1995. Yeah, but they're like just glasses like you put over your eye. Those they call them iPhones.
Damn.
That's where they lifted it. Steve Jobs just straight ganked that. It was like, okay, I'm going to...
I wouldn't put it past him, really.
Yeah. Oh, that's a great idea. Guys, get to work on a phone.
And while you're at it, buy Lawnmower 2.
That's right. Lawnmower Man 2. They made a
Don't
sequel
buy
to that?
movie. Yeah, came out like 2 years later.
Who was in the sequel?
Oh, what the hell is that dude's name? Oh, Max Headroom. I don't know his actual name. But that guy.
Matt Frewer.
Yeah, there you go. He played Job or whatever the hell his name was.
Ah. Did you ever
But
see...
it's funny. I think that's the movie that got a dog that like was scratching records or something. Or playing. It was doing something.
DJing.
What the hell was the dog doing? It was like playing CDs or something. I remember laughing my ass off when the dog grabbed the CD and put it in the stereo or whatever. I was rolling. I gotta make TJ watch that.
I used to think I saw some obscure movies till I started listening to Home Video Hustle, and now I realize I am nothing.
I just like that they watch like B movies, scary movies, because those are like the ones that really are better.
Yeah.
None of that big box Hollywood crap.
No. With 20
I
sequels.
don't watch a lot of newer movies.
I want to know when Uncle Michael's going to be on Home Video Hustle, because I feel like he's the source of the Home Video Hustle.
He's the originator of all that because he got me into Mystery Science Theater, and that's what got me into B movies. So it's all based on him.
That's really cool. It's cool to have someone like that in your life where you just kind of...
He sends me movies at least twice a month in the mail. I just go to my mailbox and it'd be like just 3 little movies. He sent me one recently. We've been waiting on the right moment to do it, but it's just labeled, "I dare you to watch this movie." I don't know what it is.
Oh, I love it.
I want to know what that is. Now I want to know.
Me too.
That sounds like something...
Don't make me do it.
That sounds like something from a Japanese horror movie. Like you're going to watch that tape, and then all this...
Just, some girl's going to start crawling out your TV and it's over.
That's it.
Hey, if she's cute, it's all good then.
And if she's not, what does she get?
The door.
Yes. What's going on this week? Do we know? Can you reveal? Oh, you won't. It'll be are you watching a movie solo? How is this going to work? Are you just...
I was just going to get on the mic and freestyle a little something.
Oh.
I was going to watch a movie, but it just felt weird. I started watching a movie, but I was like, man, this ain't no fun, man.
By yourself's never good.
What were you watching?
I was watching Breaking.
You didn't even go for Electric Boogaloo? You went straight for the original?
You know what? I've seen the original so many times. I've only seen Breaking 2 like twice. I need to probably actually watch that one.
Whatever happened to Shabba Doo?
They did the Shaka Khan music video and then disappeared.
That was it. That was it.
That's the only thing I remember.
Never to be heard from again.
They reboot Breaking.
Man, that hits me. That hits me right in the nostalgia, man, because that was so huge when that and Beat Street was another one. Beat Street was like
I like Beat Street way more.
Yeah. But that was kind of like the knockoff. I think Breaking was.
They made a sequel to Beat Street that came out like last year.
What?
And I've got to get it on the show one day.
I got to know what this is.
Like garbage.
Yeah, of course it is. How can it not be?
Forget what it's called. It's called something generic too, like Beat Street, like not Resurrection. Something like that though.
Beat Street, the Redemption,
something like that. Yeah.
The Reckoning. But it's spelled with a W. That would be sweet.
Oh hell.
You're too fancy.
You know what? I just realized we're gonna get in a lot of trouble because you know who's not talking right now?
Oh shit.
Justine.
Oh yeah, Justine. Please talk before Jazz yell at me again.
I don't know. I have nothing to relate to that.
Justine was worried. She's like, I don't know what to say. What are we going to ask? Are we asking questions?
I don't know what to say either, so I'm with you.
Okay, awesome.
The thing is, you're at a point now, Brent, where you cannot stop. You have to put out content consistently because you have fans and they're rabid. and they want Brent and they want PJ.
And if you don't do it, they're gonna rage.
And they're gonna be so angry at this episode because they're like, "You guys got the guys from the Superiority Complex. We're no PJ."
They already don't like listening to us, so
Yeah. Well, we get in trouble because the show is too long.
yeah.
And I told the castaways that's the only time I've ever had a complaint about length.
Hey.
Hello.
Hey,
And then
Tell them.
we go
The
off
door.
on we get the door. We go off on tangents.
Yeah, we do that a lot.
sure.
We get in trouble for cross talking.
Yeah.
We get in trouble for not letting Justine. You know what? Why do I do this?
We just get in a lot of trouble.
I think you're making me
Now,
rethink.
Justine, no joke. There was a hashtag going around that said "Justice for Justine." No joke.
Yeah.
That used to be my nickname, Justice.
Why?
Oh shit.
Because I had a manager I worked with where she had to write my name down. She put a C instead. So she just always called me Justice.
Oh, I thought it was because that's how you like your drinks, with just us.
Stupid. I'm rolling my eyes.
Hey, that drink was a little flat.
I got a literal eye roll. That's pretty great. That's the first time in the whole history of the podcast I got a literal eye roll.
That's the first time.
I get those all the time.
Whoa. Okay, I'm not going to talk back because this is your show, sir. So you go insult away.
Come on, bring it. It's all
can't.
good.
No way. I have too much love for the home video hustle.
We got love for y'all too, man.
I respect the turf. It's like the Warriors.
Hey,
We're in Coney
you know,
Island.
that movie's on my list. I gotta watch that movie, man.
Have you never seen it?
I've seen like 10 minutes of it,
It's basically a
but I played the video game.
It's a comic book movie. It's really a comic book come to life. When you see the way some of the gangs,
Everybody says.
yeah, the way some of the gangs are dressed, you're like, this never happened in
You
real
wouldn't
life.
go out like that.
I think there's a gang that looks like mimes or something. I can't remember.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say. Somebody got like baseball painted on their face or something.
Yeah. It's worth watching though. It's a classic.
I've only seen the
I got
part
it. I
where
just
everybody's
haven't watched
seen.
it.
Well, the Ice Cube references it in, I think in Ghetto Bird. I think he references Cyrus. I think it is. I think it's Ghetto Bird. You have to.
It is upsetting.
I can't always quote. I'm not you. I mean, I do enjoy the works of the great warrior poet Ice Cube, but I can't quote them I can't quote the lyrics at will as you can, sir.
No joke. When you call me, that's my ringtone on my phone. And people call, and I was singing it when I had to catch myself. I was like, oh shit.
Ghetto Bird is your
Got it to the
ringtone?
phone.
No, not Ghetto Bird.
Oh, I was gonna say.
Well, I don't know if I can say the title of the song.
It's your show.
I know, but I don't want to make nobody feel uncomfortable though.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm already
Anywhere
uncomfortable.
You Love to Hate is the name of the song.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. I know that.
Yeah, first song off the first album. Hey,
Good old Cube.
I love when it goes off when I'm in the store. It's the best. I was at the auto parts store one day and that motherfucker went off. And I stay out here around like mainly like a bunch of white people, so everybody looked at me all crazy. I just busted out laughing in the store.
I used to have the Master Ninja theme song from Mystery Science Theater as my ringtone, and it used to go off, and people would just look at me like, "What is that?" So you don't know, you don't know. If you don't know, I can't help you.
That's the only bad thing. Not enough people know about that show, man. I be trying to get people hip to it.
It's funny, but the people that are into it love it.
Oh yeah, it's my favorite show, man.
They're passionate about it. So
Mystery Science Theater shower curtain, no joke.
I'm
Nice.
gonna ask you. Do you really? You have one right now?
I'm dead ass serious.
You need pictures of that on the interwebs.
I got you.
Please,
Ain't
no
shame
people,
in the game.
no people, just the shower curtain.
He's all in there.
He's taking a selfie.
Pose
Hey.
for it.
What's up?
I want a picture of PJ taking that picture of you in the shower.
I just want to know why Tom
People keep wanting me and PJ to get in these weird situations. Like,
My only question, if I saw that picture, would be like, why did Tom Servo's arms work all of a sudden? That'd be my only question. That was a joke.
okay, I gotta ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
Have you seen the new episode?
I saw them all.
How you feel about Tom Servo flying in the movie theater? Does that bother you?
It doesn't, because it wasn't a big change. You know,
That's what I thought too. People were actually mad about it. I was like, why, man?
the way I felt about this season was we've been waiting for so long, and we never thought we were going to get any other episodes.
Exactly.
And the new ones are good. They're solid. I put them up there with some of. There's a couple in there that are going to go in with my favorite episodes of all time.
Oh, it's a couple for sure. That's on mine.
Avalanche, that goes in there with some of the all-time great ones. But
I like the Cry Wilderness is up on
yeah,
mine.
they had great ones, and so I don't understand why. But that's the internet, man. People just want to complain because they can complain. So
people bitch about everything. I don't pay them no mind.
yeah, you can't. I loved it. Because you're in the same group I am. You're in the Mystery Science Theater revival group, right?
Yeah.
And that's how I found out about you. And you see everybody.
That's how we met. Yeah.
Yeah, you see people complaining in there all the time. It's like, just enjoy it.
Yeah.
I can understand if you're a backer and maybe you felt like, oh, I thought this was gonna. But even then, what did you expect? You get more episodes.
Enjoy the new content.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I got what I wanted. Hell.
There's new jokes. I wanted new jokes and I wanted to laugh and I laughed. And that show got better as the season went along. It was great.
Yeah, I thought so too. I don't know why people always complain about everything.
Because they can.
That's true. They got an outlet for it.
That's how you know you have a good life, when you're complaining that Tom Servo's flying in the theater. Things are good.
I know, a first world problem, man.
That is, for sure. That is a first world problem for sure. We're waiting on Jake, and then we're going to start our board game podcast. So I think you have what time did he get here last time?
Like 12:31. I don't know.
He got there halfway through the show, didn't he?
Something about his tires needing air again.
Yeah, we're supposed to get on. We're supposed to. Yeah, that's right.
You're welcome.
I forgot about that. The tires need air.
Still sounds like a sex thing.
Yep. I had to put air in my tires.
Yeah.
That sounds like the reference you made on Home Video Hustle last week about PJ's dad.
I said this on Twitter. I'm gonna say it on the show for real. Things we say on the show seem to catch on now. There's always at least one thing every episode that catches on now.
That's because you guys are hot.
Professionals, The Door. I never thought that Suck My Dick from the Back would catch on like it did.
Why
Especially
not?
since I almost had to edit it out.
Why would you edit that out? That's gold. You're dropping gems over
Because
there.
I said it about his dad.
Yeah. Do you know how many times we've tried to come up with catchphrases here? We have sessions after the show where I'm like, guys, come up with a catchphrase. And Patrick will be like, hey, okay, here's one, pass the mayo. And then the next week we're just saying, pass the mayo, pass the mayo, pass the mayo. Nothing. And then you just say
work.
that, boom, it's on a T-shirt. It's a hashtag.
That is a good one, though.
That's the only bad thing is a lot of the catchphrases we use, we can't put on T-shirts because I'm sure nobody would buy them. I don't think nobody would buy a shirt that says "suck my dick from the back" with on the back of the shirt with an arrow pointing down.
I think you'd be pretty surprised what people would buy.
Then you hand them down.
No, you probably right.
You hand those out at a live show or just when you're walking around. Hey, do you like podcasts? Yes. Hand them that shirt.
Not even that. Your business card says
quality podcast right here.
Yeah. Your business card said that in quotes.
I can't even tell y'all how many people messaged me and was like, how does that work? What do you mean? Like, are y'all really thinking that hard about that shit? It's a dumb joke, man.
Oh, jeez.
Needs to be long enough.
It's like the mom joke that.
Hey.
What did you just say?
Wow.
Whoa! I was in the middle of my own sentence.
She doesn't talk much, but when she does,
Boom.
gems.
Boom!
Is that from experience, Patrick? Is that what y'all be doing?
Ouch.
Do you know what's up, Patrick?
No comment.
Well, let me tell you from the sad look on Patrick's face, I can tell you no. I can tell you.
Some things in life just really hurt.
I just heard the Charlie Brown Christmas music when she said that. He said doo 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 doo.
The Charlie Brown voice. Wah, wah. Wah, 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 wah.
I was like, it can still be done. You got to put a little bit extra work in. It's all good.
You got to put some effort in it.
Wow.
There you go.
Otherwise, I get the door.
I'm not bailing you out.
Oh,
He's looking at me. I'm not saying a word.
That's okay. It was a
You
waste.
got awful quiet for a second.
It was a scrub.
A scrub is a guy who thinks he's fine. Yes, also known as a buster.
As a buster.
Always talking about what he wants while he sits on his broke ass.
His broke ass.
See, I'm bringing the spoken word element because I know you're into poetry and hip hop, so I'm just bringing like a spoken word vibe.
He's trying to be a beat
Tell
poet.
people that, Mario.
I'm trying to be. What I am trying to do is bring a sense of.
No, slow it down.
Oh, I'm sorry. What I am trying to do is I am trying to be hype AF.
Oh no. White wifey just cringed, I'm sure.
Ah, my wife is right now. She's listening to Home Video Hustle. I still got you. I got you.
Can't escape him.
Damn it.
She's at work right now, shaking her head. She's trying to listen to Home Video Hustle. She doesn't know this is about to happen. All of a sudden, she hears my
Don't tell
voice, and she's cringing. She's waiting for it. Then, boom! She thought she was going to get away with it. Clean getaway. Nope.
She'll never escape you.
I posted on Twitter yesterday that I listened to, I was on my iPod and the Loose End song came on that I love, and I said, I got hype. And she actually responded to it, and she said, she can't wait for you to see that because she's going to be like embarrassed or something like that.
I saw that. Now I have to do it all the time. But I saw that you were listening to Loose Ends, and then you were listening to Pet Shop Boys. I was like, Brent's having himself like a British night tonight. What's going on?
I know, right?
Were you watching
Rip Pop Invasion?
You were watching some Downton Abbey, and you were like, "This puts me in the mood."
Never looked at that show.
I don't know if I.
It is the quickest way to take a nap.
That's Next Generation.
I've heard.
It's up there. Just some British
I
white people.
got to defend it a little bit. I like Next Generation, Mario.
I know you do, and here's the thing, and we talk about it on this show. I've really tried, and I'm not coming at it like a hater. I'm really coming at it like I want to. People I truly respect. You, John Sandy over here, love that show, and I really tried to get into it, and I just can't. Something about it. There's just something about it, and I've tried a bunch of times. People keep telling me to skip ahead to season 2, but I feel I don't know. I want to get the whole thing,
They told me the same thing, and I didn't get into it at first, but I think by like the 5th, 6th episode, maybe I got more into it enough to keep watching.
All right, I'm still gonna try it, but I'm not kidding you. The other day, I put on an episode, and I was out. I didn't even get through like the intro before the credits. I was out. I was out. So
damn.
But I'm also old.
You just fall asleep the moment it came.
I'm old though. You got to remember, the second I'm sitting down, I'm sleeping. So that happens too, which is a problem when you drive as much as I do.
Deep Space Nine anyway.
See, I always kind of like Deep Space Nine, but I never watched it in order. I would catch episodes here and there, and I always liked it. I thought it was
Just watch that one.
I thought it was a different way for the show. Well, did you ever watch the Battlestar Galactica reboot?
I've never seen either one, honestly.
Check out the Battlestar Galactica reboot. I think you can find it now. I think it might be on Amazon Prime or something.
It's on Hulu.
It's on Hulu. Try that.
Yeah, it's on one of them.
Try that and see if you like it, because that was more that's a little I don't want to say edgy because that sounds dumb.
It's more your speed.
It's a little grimier than Star Trek. I think the problem with Next Generation.
I'm down with the griminess.
Yeah, it's much more. It's good. It's really good, and it's basically America after 9/11 is what they took that as a template.
Oh shit!
And then put that in the story of like humanity getting attacked and being on the run. And, an enemy that people among you, and you don't know if they look like the enemy, but you don't know if they're the enemy. And it's very interesting. You do a lot of interesting takes with it. It's good. It's worth checking out. And it's Ronald D. Moore, who had a lot to do with Next Generation. So
I said Star Trek too, right?
Yeah. So
it's been on my list for a minute. I've been trying to get through all the Star Treks first before I started.
There's a board game that I keep wanting to play based on it, and I picked it up. We just haven't been able to bust it at a game night because it's a heavier board game. But I guess in that there's a traitor element where one of you are all working together and then somebody's a traitor and you don't know who it is.
Ooh.
We got to get Brent on the board game tip because you got to get The Thing is coming out. Big Trouble.
I got to get that one for sure.
Big Trouble in Little China.
That one's coming out.
That one's coming out. Oh, there's some good ones. What did you just say?
I still got to watch that. I do own it now, but I ain't watched it yet.
Oh, that's got to be number one on the list.
It's a good movie.
I think number one is Tombstone because everybody harasses me about it.
If you ever do a crossover with Kung Fu Hustle, Big Trouble in Little China is the movie because it crosses both. You got your John Carpenter for the Home Video Hustle fans, and then you got your Kung Fu kind of homage to the '70s Kung Fu movies for KungFu Hustle. I would do that.
The only thing about it, I ain't watched it yet because I didn't know if I was gonna save it for the show or just watch it.
I would say save it.
Yeah, it's something you have to talk about on the air.
I think your first reaction on that will be good, and you're already a Carpenter fan, so I think you're going to like it. But it's a weird animal to try to kind of get your head around.
And that's kind of good because it's a nice dynamic that it's a movie that both you and PJ haven't seen.
Yeah.
Well, I'm assuming.
Watch that be the one movie that PJ's seen like 20 times.
Yeah, right. He's like, oh, what's your Big Trouble in Little China?
That be the movie PJ really hates.
Yeah, I'm sick of it. I love this show when we both hate on the movie. That's my favorite.
Yeah.
I think that's why Cannibal Holocaust
either.
I think that's why Cannibal Holocaust is, I think, is it your top download now?
That's the most downloaded episode now, which shocked the hell out of both of us.
Oh, that's good.
We put it up, when we did that movie, we didn't even think people were going to want to hear about it, let alone that be the most downloaded episode.
I think it's because you guys were so taken aback. I think that really was entertaining for a lot of people.
Strife and conflict create interest.
That is true, sir. Spoken like a true
I
artist.
found out later that you can find a version of that movie without all the animal killing in it too, and it's like 20 minutes shorter.
Whoa, there's 20 minutes of it?
Jeez.
Well, I mean, it's like all the more extra violent stuff. So yeah, it's probably still at least 10 minutes of it though.
Cannibal Holocaust was one of those movies that when I was because I grew up in the 80s, when I was around, when I was coming up, you heard about that movie along with things like Faces of Death, where it was kind of like a
I've
dare.
seen that one too,
Yeah, it was like a rite of passage, if you had seen those movies. And then when I got to high school, I worked in a video store, and we had Faces of Death. I think we had the first 2 or 3, and it was a huge deal when it came out on video because that was kind of an underground movie that people had seen. And then when they put it on video, it was I think it was 1 and 2. We could not. It took me forever to finally see it because we could not keep it on the shelf. It was always gone. That's why when you
I don't
guys,
even know if it's in print anymore.
I think it might be out of print now. In the years since, you found out that a lot of that was fake anyway.
Yeah.
But when you're like 10 or 11 and you're hearing about this, they eat monkey brains and all, and then Indiana Jones does it. You're like,
And then you're like, well, that's not a big deal.
no big deal. I've already
Yeah.
seen Temple of Doom.
Dr. Jones
They
did it?
did that in Cannibal Holocaust for real too.
Oh, that's crazy. I was just
Well, I thought, never mind.
I was trying to imagine what the movie looked like based on what you guys were telling me, and I was, trying to
On
pick.
YouTube.
Nah, I don't
That's how
think
we watched it.
I don't think I can do
The
it.
whole version.
Justine, will you please be quiet?
God, you're so loud.
This is not your show. We're guests.
Sitting over
talking
here
about
opening
Cannibal
watermelon.
Holocaust and Star Trek. She tuned out.
Yeah. I started watching Star Trek. It's like a B movie from the start.
Which one did you start watching?
Original series.
Original.
I knew you weren't going to make it.
No, I'm watching
Oh,
it.
you
It's
stopped
just
already?
no, I haven't stopped. I just rather watch other things.
I knew you weren't going to make it.
Yeah.
She hasn't found the time to continue.
I usually what I find out is like I fall asleep during it and I wake up. I'm like, I don't think I finished it, and I go and rewatch it again.
Who's your favorite?
Mario move.
That's it, dude. And then I just fake it. I fake it like I wake up. It's like that. It's like the do we? Oh, I'm sorry. I got to say it like this because of high expectations. It's like the GIF of the guy sleeping and everybody's applauding, and then he just wakes up and starts clapping. Have you seen that one?
Talking about peanut butter, man.
Yeah. Man, when I was
Here's somebody say it like that. I'm like, what, peanut butter? What are you talking about?
yeah, I always say gift because that's what it looks like.
Yeah.
Because you didn't buy me a gift for my birthday. You bought me a birthday gift.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
But I guess the creator of the file says it's GIF.
Yeah, but he doesn't know what he's
I don't
talking
care
about.
But you know what I say? The door. That's what I say.
Exactly.
I say
The door.
I can't say it like that.
We can't
The
do
door.
it.
The door. The door. Sound like somebody from Boston.
It's got a
Hey, the
Bostonian.
door.
I was
Hey,
about
get
to
the
say,
door.
yeah.
I parked my car.
Door.
Yeah, I parked my car in the yard, kid. Whatever. Hey, did you do the F Mary Kill with Besotted, Kung Fu Hustle, and who did I say? And Useless Debates?
Yeah, I got an answer for you.
All right, I'll give you
Say it
mine.
now, or you want me to say it?
I'll give you mine, and then you give me yours later. Here's how I broke down. Are you ready? All right.
Mm-hmm.
Besotted, he talks too much trash on Kirk. And
Oh, yeah.
and I have a sneaking suspicion he's smarter than I am. So he's got to go. He's got to go.
Damn. He's gonna murder his ass.
Sorry, Besotted. I love you, but you cannot besmirch the good name of Captain Kirk and get away with it. So, and then I mean, Useless Debate. We got that Latin flavor going on, so he's going to be
I was about to say.
he's going to be my side hustle. But then me and Kung Fu Podcast, we're like the same age, so we could talk about the same things. We get each other's references.
You've been through the same experience.
Yeah, we've been through the same experiences. So I feel like that's a good foundation for a long marriage. So I'm going to marry the Kung Fu Hustle Superiority Complex marries Kung Fu Hustle podcast. So pillow fights into eternity, and then the useless
Won't be
debate.
solo no more.
Yeah, useless debate. That's our Sancho, and then we got we launched Besotted Geek out into space in a Mark 6 torpedo tube.
Just play the original Star Trek the whole time.
That's it, baby. Playing Amazing Grapes, Amazing Grapes. Amazing Grace, Amazing Grace, Grace on the bagpipes. I'm Mexican. We're always
That
thinking about.
remix.
I'm Mexican. We're always thinking about grapes. Got to pick them. So we do.
All right, quick question. You freeze grapes and eat them?
I know people that do.
I've never tried that. Is it good?
It is pretty nice.
Oh, I do it all the time. I got
like-
them in the freezer now.
I like cold grapes, like refrigerated grapes,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I've never had frozen grapes.
Yeah.
That
I
sounds
be sitting there,
different.
I eat them all the time while I'm editing the podcast.
I'll bet you it's good when it's hot.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Because they break, right? They get a little frozen on the outside, but then they don't really freeze on the inside. So
Yeah, they don't get harder.
It's
Yeah.
it's like a little. Oh, hey, Patrick. It's like
I'm just mad dogging him right now.
he is. He's so mad. You turn your gaze the other way, okay? That's who you should be mad at. She just laughs.
Dang.
You were in so much trouble because Justine said like 3 words.
Yeah. See, it's not just us though.
Yeah.
She doesn't talk.
Yeah, she doesn't. Well, you don't let her.
Yeah, I tried.
Shh, she's trying to say something.
I don't know too many B-rated movies. The only ones I know are like sequels to Disney movies.
Oh, that's a good question. Ask her that question about all the Disney 2s, like the Pocahontas 2.
Yeah, that thing
Oh, yeah.
sucks.
Oh, see, okay, see, everybody says that.
Yeah, well, that's during the time where they just kept pushing out movies. It wasn't even like the same animators, so they're just shitty. Bad
I was
music.
wondering, I asked PJ about it. If I asked because he has them all, I think.
Well,
Oh,
now,
yeah.
well, now what they do is they just we talked about it. They just throw them on video like in 2-packs. So if
Yeah.
you want Mulan,
Yeah, to get the original, you got to get the sequel.
exactly.
Yeah, they're horrible.
Just like they do with bad James Bond movies. You want From Russia with Love?
Hey,
Guess
dude.
what? You're
Bad
watching.
James Bond movies. You keep saying that.
You Diamonds Are Forever.
I like that movie.
You're Brent. Remember, it's a thin line between F, marry, and kill. Just remember that.
He
Okay.
wasn't. He wasn't on that
I
list.
wasn't a choice on that one.
Well, there's always a round 2.
I'm sure somebody will do it now.
Yeah, somebody's gonna do it. I'm always on the kill list. I just assume
Yeah.
they want to cut that dead weight.
They don't want to hear us talking.
No, you know what saves us though? John Sandy's laugh.
True.
That's what this
There you
segment.
go.
And Justine's silence.
Yeah. No, that Justine radio voice.
Hey,
My silence is just
Wanna
staring
break-
you guys
break it
down.
That's it. That's why she's quiet because she's busy just.
Eye rolling.
We bring her here to kind of level us out and judge us because if we don't have her, we just go off on.
Yeah,
tangents.
Justine's face is kind of my guide as I'm looking at her. If her eyes are glazed over, I know it's time to move on to the next topic.
She may be quiet, but she's an integral part of the show.
She really is. You're like the
shut
glue.
up, Patrick.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to dig this hole deeper.
Well,
I know, right?
that's what you've been trying to do for how long have you been dating?
7 years.
Yeah, that's it.
I've been working on this one.
You're Shawshanking that thing.
Climbing through the poop tube.
Climbing through all the shit.
Yeah, you got that rock
Yes.
hammer. You're working that rock hammer.
Not the rock hammer.
You got the hollowed out Bible and everything. Just dig, dig, dig. Well, Brent.
Do a movie like that on the show one day just to fuck with PJ.
Yeah, do like an
That's
Oscar
actual
winner.
good
Just
He just wouldn't that be great? He just starts crying because the movie's so good.
like, what is this?
Make sure that shit go round in there too.
Yeah. He's just sobbing because the movie's so beautiful. All right, we will catch you later, Brent, because we're gonna be late. We're gonna be late for our own podcast. Thank you for having us, sir. Thank you guys always support us. So we try to support you guys as much as possible. So honestly, congratulations! So you got over 1,000 downloads now. You're on pace to lap us with sometime within the next 3 months. So good luck. Good luck with that.
Yeah, easy.
I just got to come together like Voltron. It's all good. We all gonna come up together.
Yeah, I want to be the left leg.
Yes. Is that the yellow one?
I don't
On
know.
the head. It's all good.
I don't know. I want to be the left leg. Because think about it, you're in the least amount of danger.
Yeah, but you have weak ankles.
At least I don't have. At least I don't have cankles.
True.
Oh shit.
Fat people don't have weak ankles.
No, but you do.
I do not have weak ankles.
You see in yourself.
I have skinny legs.
Weak ankles.
I don't have weak ankles.
Weak ankles.
I'll break your ankles.
Okay.
Oh shit.
Damn.
I will.
Escalate the gun violence.
It's got a little too intense.
Let's get that NBA 2K out right now. I'll show you some broken ankles.
I hate that game so much.
You know what? Oh yeah, this is your show.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm just kidding. I wasn't gonna say anything. I wasn't gonna say anything.
NBA Jam is where I stop. That's all I need. 3 buttons: run, pass, and shoot.
That's
all
it.
I need.
And dunk.
Exactly.
And then talk major amounts of garbage.
That's right.
always,
I don't
always,
like
you got to.
sports video games.
Hey, real quick, Brent, before we go, what did you think of the Star Wars trailer? Because we're going to talk about it on our show.
You know what? In all honesty, I'm not watching it because they said they got spoilers in it, so I'm just not even gonna look at it.
It has possible spoilers. We don't know how things go yet, but I will say,
I saw spoilers. Nope.
I will say this because it's going to ruin it a little bit. This trailer didn't get me as excited to watch Last Jedi as the Force Awakens trailer got me excited to see Force Awakens.
Yeah, I mean,
I've heard that too.
I'll say this about it. I don't feel like it's gonna. The spoilers are not necessarily the same thing, just because they did the same thing in Rogue One, where they shot things that just didn't end up in the movie.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh, yeah.
Mario's favorite line.
Oh yeah. No, that was Rogue One.
I said Rogue One. I didn't say Force Awakens.
Okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This is a rebellion.
I rebel.
Terrible line.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That was not in the movie.
Yep.
So I mean, I
I
wouldn't
know
be
jokers who
surprised.
say that at my job all the time. There's a story with that, but I don't want to take up y'all time with it.
Go ahead. It's your video. It's your show.
Okay. Now, just when I worked at the hospital, to keep it short, I used to not be with the foolishness.
Yeah.
And I would let them know that all the time. One manager that I was cool with, one day he was like, "Hey, come here." I was like, "All right, what's up?" He actually showed me my folder, and there was like a little post-it note inside that somebody wrote, and it said, "Has a rebellious attitude." So, like, I guess when you open my file, you immediately saw that shit.
Oh no.
Yes.
So whenever somebody says something, I always be like, "Well, I'm a rebel. I guess I got to rebel." Like,
There you go. See, it sounds better when you say it.
this guy had that little colorful language to it. And
I love that that's in your.
black slang.
I love that that's in your file, though. I love that that's your file.
Yeah.
Good for you.
I left it there too.
That's a good thing to have in there.
That's a good. I hope that file follows you around everywhere.
Me too. I want everybody to know.
That's what makes the home video hustle. The home video hustle.
Exactly.
Who's gonna say it? Justine, say hustle, hustle. But you gotta say it like PJ. Hustle, hustle.
That reminds me of
I can't do it like PJ.
what's that movie when he says "Twinkle, twinkle, baby, twinkle, twinkle"?
You just killed it.
Oh, I know what you're talking about
It's like
too.
from
Damn.
Too Short. It's no, not Too Short.
like
Get Shorty. It's
Be
like the
Cool,
next one.
Be
Yeah, Be
Shorty. Yeah,
Cool.
there you go.
Yeah. Okay.
That was a Vince Vaughn, wasn't it?
Was it Vince Vaughn? I thought it was The Rock.
Or was it The Rock? It's one of them two fools.
Oh no, maybe it is
Which
Vince
one?
Vaughn.
Whichever one was like the producer.
Yeah, no, you're right. Vince Vaughn.
Okay, that's all.
Sorry.
It's been a minute since I've seen it. No,
That's why we don't let her talk.
well, I knew what you were talking about. That's all good. I got you.
Back to her phone.
She's asleep again.
Well, I said what I said.
PJ gonna get you, Mario. It ain't hustle no more. It's hustle, motherfucking hustle.
Oh, I can't do it. And then here's the thing. When do I cross? If I try to sound like PJ, where do I cross the line and not sound racist? That's the whole thing. I want to sound like PJ, but I don't want to sound racist.
You're worried about it. What about me?
Well, you should be worried
Yeah,
about
I am worried about it.
it. I'm more worried about the hood you came in here
do
wearing.
it.
What?
I can't
Do
do
what
it.
Patrick said.
Hustle, motherfucker, hustle.
Come on, man.
One more time.
Just doesn't feel right.
That sounds like you're just trying to get a Mexican to cut your lawn. Here, say it again.
You ready?
There you go.
Hustle, motherfucker, hustle. It just doesn't feel right.
What are we robbing a
I'm
bank?
about to put that audio clip at the end of every show.
Just said it so fast.
Yeah, that's way too fast.
Like slow down.
I
Bring
can't.
it a little down.
It doesn't feel comfortable to say it slow.
Wait, now we're getting an insight into your relationship. She's like, slow down. He's
Slow
too
down.
fast.
Put the work in.
Stay on target.
Stop pecking on the side.
Almost there. Almost there. I got a problem here.
No, Porkins!
Porkins, baby. Lean forward. We all know what that means. Yeah. And sleep.
Right.
And the door. Okay. That's it. We're done.
That's it. We can't get any better.
This is like the episode you were on with us. We can't separate.
See, now I know it ain't just me. Now I know it's both of us now. I
got-
thought it was me just not leaving.
We
Now
got
it's y'all.
that. Listen, the people in the castaways are right. The bromance is strong. It's like, hang up. No, you hang up. No, you hang up first. No, you hang up.
They just hate us because they ain't us.
That is true, sir. Haters gonna hate.
We have problems letting go.
Haters gonna hate. Let them hate. Let them hate. Okay. Destiny brought us together, and that's it.
Exactly. We take all the hate with the love. It's all good. Equal balance. Like the force.
That haterade. That's it. Yeah.
He made a Star Wars reference.
Yeah, I did.
Got to bring balance to the force.
My hair's tingling.
Before y'all go, though, let everybody know where to find y'all at.
Oh, Patrick, where can we find us?
We're on Twitter at Soup Complex. Should have been Soupy Soup.
We are on Twitter at Soup Complex, and we're on Facebook at facebook.com/Soup Complex. And then you can find and download our show at superioritycomplex.podbean.com. So when you're in Podbean looking at Home Video Hustle, just jump right over to our page, and we're there. And please like us and download us. And we always appreciate the support, Brent, for real. We appreciate you guys. And your show is one of the highlights of our week over here. And we talk about it. Everybody here listens. My wife listens. We all listen here. So we love it for real.
I made me feel all special now, man.
Yeah, now you can't make a joke. See what I did there?
Don't cry.
I snuck some emotion in it.
But it'd be an asshole joke.
Okay, do it.
It's like Inception. I put that emotion in there. Now the top is spinning, and now you're just gonna. That's it. Cut.
Quick question, real quick. I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna keep it going for a quick second.
Yeah.
What you think about the ending of that movie? What's your opinion on what happened?
I don't know. You know what? Can I be real? That movie to me was way overrated. And
I think so too.
And so by the time it got to the top, I didn't care.
I liked it, but it wasn't as like great as everybody made it out to be. It was all right.
Yeah, I'm on the same page. It was okay.
It was okay.
Yeah,
Well,
I got it here. But
It was different.
Watched it once.
I liked it.
Okay, get out.
It was different.
Yeah, there's nothing. I'm not mad.
Entertain me, and I'm good.
I'm not mad that you liked it. I'm just mad that I think he was. I don't think it was a dream. I think he was in reality.
That's what I thought too, though.
Yeah. And apparently Nolan has come out since and said that he was in the real world, but I don't know if that's true. You never know. But yeah,
You never know.
Hold out for that Inception too.
they already made it.
The Inceptioning.
It's Interstellar.
Inception harder.
No, really?
Interstellar was basically Inception 2.
I've never seen that one.
Oh, I love Interstellar. That was
The very
good.
end, you didn't think the very end that rips off a Doctor Who episode, you didn't feel like that was kind of Inception-y?
Never seen Doctor Who before.
It's kind of weird.
I don't know if I can recommend Doctor Who to you, Brent.
That's another
I
rabbit
got
hole.
one recommend for it just last night.
Who from who?
The Horror Club, because I was posting all the Pet Shop Boy videos, and they was like, hey, one guy got his name from the lead singer. I was like, oh, what?
Yeah, David Tennant. Yeah, okay, here's what you do. Yeah, David Tennant got his name from Chris Tennant. Shout out to Mr. He Too. But yeah, you should watch it based on the Horror Club's recommendation. And then if you like it, I'll take credit.
Jacking.
I'll tell you what, the first season is a little, in the reboot, the first season is a little rough. But I got into it. The reason I started watching is because when I used to DVR Battlestar Galactica, I used to record long, and then it would always cut into the first 5 minutes of that show. And that's how I started.
Oh.
I got in it because they ran it on Sci-Fi for a while. So I said, hey, this looks interesting because Doctor Who's been around for years. It was around when I was a kid. But it made Star Trek, the original series, look like 2001: A Space Odyssey. That's how bad the effects in the original Doctor Who were.
Bad?
Yeah. So it was bad. So I never had an interest to watch it as a kid. But the reboot's pretty good. They tell good. You know what it is? It's good storytelling. It's good storytelling. So
okay.
So you gotta get used to the a little bit of that British sense of humor and that sort of. But it's good. I mean, the guy who plays the 10th Doctor, David Tennant, he's really good. He's my favorite.
9.
Yeah.
That's the Purple Man, right?
Yeah, exactly. So check it out. I would definitely check it out. I mean, give it a shot. What's the worst that could happen? You don't like it,
Yeah, I might peep it out one day.
I tried 2 episodes of The Defenders, or not The Defenders, of Iron Fist before I gave up. So
I ain't tried none of them. I'm still going through the Defenders. I think I got like 3 episodes left.
that's taking me forever to get through that. I'm not gonna lie.
Me too.
I'm hoping the Punisher just makes me forget all of that.
Oh, that's gonna be day one, all of them right there for me.
I hope so.
I can't wait for that.
Yeah, it looks amazing. That's it. That's all I have to say.
I ain't gonna hold y'all up though.
Dang, Patrick just gave me the sign to speed it up.
You needed some help.
Wrap that shit up, B.
Hey, guess what? Now we're gonna stay on the phone another 20
Works
minutes.
for me. I'm enjoying it.
I'm gonna screw.
I don't care about this Doctor Who shit right there.
I'm gonna screw Brent over now because Jazz is gonna be mad at him because now his episodes are 3 hours long.
I know, right? Well, I don't care. I could take Jazz. I ain't scared of her.
Yeah, good for you because I'm terrified. She's like the nicest New Zealand lady.
I don't know. Them be the ones that be crazy as hell, though.
She she can hear this, right?
I don't give a fuck. Bring it on, girl.
I'm staying out of this. I'm neutral.
Like Bone Crusher, I ain't never scared.
Cero miedo. Cero miedo.
Exactly, zero fear.
That's it, baby. That's it. Gotta.
Pentagon Dark. They don't know what the hell we talking about, do they?
They don't need to know. They don't need to know. They're not down.
Lucha Underground.
We drove by. We were driving by to Dodger Stadium. We had to take surface streets one day, and my wife spotted the billboard in Boyle Heights.
There's an actual real billboard up?
Yeah, there's like a billboard on top of the building. My wife's like, "Hey, I think that's where they film your little show." That's exactly how she said it. Yeah, it's out there, so I know the neighborhood that it's in. Yeah.
When I come to Cali, man, I gotta try and catch that.
I gotta find out where the taping is. Our friend Eduardo from our board game night, he has a buddy who went all of season 1. He said before it got big, you could just go in and walk in and get seats, like, you know, and it was easy. But now that it's bigger, you have to line up at like noon, and they tape in the evening, I guess. But
I'll do it.
But the tapings are free. I think you can go just line up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They are, yeah.
I want to go check it out because that arena looks so that arena looks so tiny in there. It looks.
It probably is.
Yeah, it looks like the smallest. Like it looks super sweaty. I want to hear Dario with the Spaniard accent.
Espanol.
Yeah, Espanol.
He does have a really funny accent.
Have you started watching it?
I have started watching.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
It's very entertaining.
Finally.
It's super entertaining, right?
It's a really bad guilty pleasure.
It
though.
is.
I feel really bad
No,
about
it ain't no
watching it.
guilty
No,
pleasure,
he just-
man. That's my shit.
Well, I love it because it reminds me of the novelas, like the Mexican
Yeah.
soap operas. It's a total Mexican soap opera with wrestling in it. Mm-hmm. What season are you on?
I'm still in the first season.
Who's your guy right now? Who's your favorite?
Shit, I don't know. It's been like a month
Famous
or two
B?
since I've been continued.
I love Famous B.
I do too, though.
He reminds me of all those guys when I was watching WWF as a kid. That you just get like these cheap guys that they would just throw in there as like cannon fodder. It's like what?
The jobbers.
Yeah, exactly. I also like the Mac because the Mac kind of reminds me of
Oh, that's my boy.
the Mac reminds me of Junkyard Dog from when I was a kid. Just
Yeah, he even kind of looks like him too. a little bit.
yeah. I like the Mac a lot. And then I'm still in season 2, so he's like coaching Sexy Star, and like she's a recovery from
Get to season 3,
from
man.
Mariposa. Oh, I'm sure that's gonna turn. There's never
You
any
do a lot more.
alliances in wrestling, man. So,
Oh,
but,
hell no.
but it's cool that Lucha, because I used to have to watch it on the Spanish channels. It's cool that it's kind of made a mainstream splash here in the
They
States.
post Spanish channels here too, locally.
I love
I
it.
watch it sometimes even though I don't know what the hell they saying.
Yeah, you don't need to know what they're saying. You just need to see people get kicked in the face and fly out of the ring.
Exactly.
That's fun stuff. All right, Brett, you.
Justine, what you think about Lucha Underground?
Oh.
I've never seen it.
I couldn't watch it with her.
I've also never seen, what is it? Nacho Libre.
Dad.
I ain't never seen it either. I'm with you.
Yeah.
Greatest movie of all time. Top 5 movies for me.
It's on my list.
Top 5 movies for me. Star Wars, Raiders of the Lost Ark, Godfather, Citizen Kane, and Nacho Libre.
What?
I'm
What
totally.
do you like Citizen Kane?
I don't really like it that much. I meant to say Casablanca. I meant to say Casablanca, and I froze.
Nacho Libre was fantastic.
Nacho Libre.
We're gonna
is
do
good.
that one day.
You should watch. Save that for the show, and then just do it. And
We're gonna do Casablanca one day. I'm gonna get him to watch that.
that's a great one.
I want to do a whole month of nothing but like classic type movies.
Well, I'm glad you guys brought that up about black and white movies because it's a whole different type of filmmaking, and once you get into the like how those guys had to photograph in black and white, and it's just as beautiful as color films. Like Seven Samurai would not work for me as as a color movie. It works because it's black and white, and the way it's shot is gorgeous. It's that black and white is just amazing. So. I'm glad that PJ's coming around on that, and it was cool that it was Psycho. It was the movie that kind of opened his eyes to that because that's a beautifully shot movie.
One thing about it though, we talked about it after the podcast because he remembered. He's like, wait, no, he's like the first movie you showed me that was black and white that I liked was Clerks. And I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about
That's
Clerks.
a great.
That
movie.
is a good one. That is a good one. And people don't know, whenever I talk to them, like sometimes I'll tell them, I'll say my love for you is like a truck. You heard me say it.
Oh, so good. Every once in a while, that song just pops in my head, and I'm like, yeah.
To this day, I do the Randall where I walk in and I bobble my head from side to side.
Yeah.
I still do that stupid dad. And I'm not kidding. If I'm like at home and the Dodgers hit a home run or something, I will stand up and do that. It's fantastic. And I have a huge head, so it's very effective.
Hey,
All that brain's got to go somewhere.
that's all right. That's why I tell people, big head, big brain, son.
That's it. Guess what we're not doing today?
Our board game.
The board game.
Oh, shit. All right, my bad. Let me let y'all go, man.
It's too late. The other one's about to
No,
start in 5 minutes.
we're not mad. We're not mad.
No, it's
but,
good.
But I have to call Phil. We have to call Phil from the Useless Debates podcast. Shout out to the Useless Debates podcast. I'm going to call Phil in like 20 or so minutes. So we'll just, you know what? I was a week late putting the other one up, so we're actually okay.
Yeah, we're on time.
Yeah, we're on time.
Oh,
Yeah, because the board game podcast is every 2 weeks.
It's not like anybody listens to that one, anyways.
Actually, Besotted
I listen
Geek,
to it.
Besotted Geek gave us some love, and he put a hashtag I forgot to hashtag, and a bunch of gaming companies liked it, and a couple of them followed us. So
There you go.
Whoa.
use those hashtags, kids.
Are we gonna get sponsored?
I hope we're sponsored.
Board game sponsored?
Can you imagine
Oh,
us
Jesus.
sending them board games?
I don't know what I'd be able to do with
That'd be
myself.
I don't want to get paid doing a podcast.
Ew.
I just want to get promo stuff.
You have free board games. That'd be nice.
Oh, we heard you have a podcast. Would you like to see an early screening of Star Wars?
Yeah.
I mean, sure.
Yeah. Would you like to see?
We don't really talk about nerd stuff, but
Would you like to see an early screening of Cannibal Holocaust 2?
Wait, I have a question for Brent.
Yeah.
When you guys do December, are you guys gonna do like Christmas themed horror films, like Snowman? What is that? Snowman.
You know
scary
me too
movie?
well.
Krampus,
Are you gonna do like the Gremlins?
Silent Night, Deadly Night.
That's a definite for sure. And Gremlins, yep, because I just bought Gremlins on Blu-ray.
I want him to watch like
Nice.
really bad, like Christmas with the Cranks, Home Alone.
Can I tell you guys?
There might be a mix,
Brent, can I tell you a story about the Silent Night, Deadly Night?
of course.
I think that came out in maybe late 70s. 70. Can you Google that for me?
I got the DVD case right here in my hand. Hold on, one second.
Dang! I was asking my lovely assistant Patrick to Google it for me.
He's prepared.
Let's see who's quick. Let's see who's faster.
He's prepared.
I
That
already
hurt.
know
Oh,
the answer.
damn thing, they don't have a date on the DVD, you bastards. Oh,
right.
1984, there we go.
Is that what? No, there was a movie that came out in the 70s. Oh, Black Christmas is what it was
Black
called.
Christmas.
That was another one. That was the one where like a guy dressed like Santa and killed people, right? Or people died on.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, it's a slasher movie. I've never seen the whole thing. I actually need to watch the rest of that.
There was a radio commercial that came out. I think the Black Christmas came out in maybe, check the years on that, 70, 78,
I
79?
don't got that one. I can't check it.
I got Patrick on it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I got distracted. What are we looking at? Black Christmas?
Black Christmas.
Okay. I was dealing with others.
Yeah, I think it's I think
Not
it's
the
from-
remake either.
I think it's from Canada too.
1974.
Okay, 74.
The Canadians
10 years
took it that
before.
dark?
It's on Showtime right now.
Okay, I'm not kidding you. One of my earliest memories is hearing a commercial for that on the radio driving with my brother. So in 74, I'm like 3 years old. To this day, I remember that commercial and it scared the hell out of me. So that was my that's my earliest memory. That and my brother waking me up with a devil mask. Does this explain anything to you guys? Anything at all? Yeah, that's it. 70.
You know something crazy about that movie? You know who the director was?
Is it the guy that did Christmas Story?
Yep.
It's Bob Clark, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Same dude.
Yep. I don't know how I knew that.
Well, if you guys decide to
Same
watch
reason I know
anything newer for the Christmas episode or whatever, you guys can watch White Christmas from Black Mirror. That one's good.
You love that Black
Oh,
Mirror
okay.
show.
How about I thought you talking about the old movie?
No.
No, the episode of Black Mirror.
No, Black Mirror on Netflix. It's really good.
I've seen the first
They watch
3 or 4
movies.
episodes of that show.
Don't watch the first episode.
I was just about to ask you about that because you
No,
said so about the first
don't.
episode in the last show, and I busted out laughing because I laughed my ass off that whole episode.
It's so hard to watch.
Dude had to fuck the pig. I was in tears, man. Oh, I spoiled it. My bad. Well, you told people not to watch it anyway. Fuck it.
Yeah. It's that first episode. You have
Did
to
you just
move
say
past that.
what? Did you just say, Brent? A what does a what?
Old fat white politician or whoever the fuck he was had to fuck a pig on
Yeah.
camera.
Yeah.
That's
the
the
first
whole
episode.
gist of that story.
It's a hard one to watch. You got to get past that episode.
That's why I don't watch this show.
Just move on past that episode. Keep going.
The last episode I saw was one where the guy, they had like a rewind and something in their head and they could rewind and see past
Dude, that was
events and
crazy.
shit.
That's a crazy episode.
I love that one. That one and the one with the guy from Get Out where they were like on the treadmills and all that.
Yeah. Oh, you went far. Yeah, watch White Christmas. That one's a good one.
I
like-
got to that one. I got to get back on it.
One of the
Yeah.
jokes that got lost in there was Patrick turned to Justine and said, "They watch movies."
Good one. They're like movies. I think they're an hour long.
That's a
They
short ass
are.
movie.
Yeah, some of them episodes are long.
Hey, Brett, you know what I was cracking up is how serious everybody got when I forgot it was you and me and somebody else, and we were saying that our favorite Christmas movies were Die Hard and Gremlins and Lethal Weapon.
Oh yeah, we got beef for
And
that.
someone in the Castaways got mad. I can't remember who it was. Like they
It was
thought
Liz, I think.
I think like they thought we were serious about it being. I thought it was hilarious, so I just kept going.
Well, Die Hard is the greatest Christmas movie ever.
It is.
It is a Christmas movie. I was serious.
Yeah, that's no joke. That's a great Christmas movie.
Die Hard 2 is a Christmas movie. I watch both of them every Christmas Eve. No joke.
Yeah.
Good for you. See,
So good.
there's another one we're missing. Gremlins, Lethal Weapon.
Lethal Weapon.
Would Hook be considered a Christmas movie?
Hook would be
I don't
considered
like
a
Hook.
terrible movie.
It can be considered garbage. It can get the door.
Garbage.
The video game can also get the door.
What system was that on?
An NES, and I think even Super Nintendo.
How long do you think we've been recording, Brent? I got a time.
I've been on the phone with you for an hour now.
Yeah, we're definitely. This is a definite crossover. Another crossover. When are you just going to move out here and just come into the studio once a week?
Why can't we just make this
I'm
official?
telling you, I'm coming one day.
Yeah, why are you keeping us all common law? We got like a Patrick and Justine situation here,
Yep.
where we know we need to make the next step, but we just don't do it.
But see, that's how you keep them entertained. You got to keep them wondering.
Yeah.
Pause their ass one day.
Oh yeah. Justine's super entertained, right?
Brent gets it.
Will they? Won't they?
Brent understands.
I got you, Patrick. I got you.
Got to keep her interested. Maybe today's the day.
Right.
Maybe
you know what
not.
happens in TV shows when the people finally get together?
That's
what
right.
happened with Lois and Clark? That shit got canceled.
That's it.
Jump the shark.
Shows no good anymore.
So don't do it.
That's it.
She's gonna kill
Stay
me.
as long as you can.
That's right. She comes home with another big box. Justine's like, "What's this?" And then it's a board game.
Hey,
Well, you hide it in a big
fun
box.
tonight, baby.
You hide it in a big box so you don't suspect it, and then you open it.
Mm-hmm.
Boom. You should see their faces right now.
Fuck her one day, Patrick. Hit her with the ring pop just to see what the reaction be.
She'd probably just throw it at me.
No, I know Justine.
If
She
she
would,
stay with you though, then it's worth it. Nah.
Yeah, she wouldn't leave, but she'd throw it at me. She'd be like, "You're stupid.
Ooh.
Go away."
No,
You
no,
ain't
I'll
going
keep
nowhere,
it.
girl.
I'll keep it.
did a lot of people send you questions, Brent? Did you get a lot of those?
Yeah, I actually got more than I thought I would.
Any good ones? Any ones you want to?
Yeah, there was one person asked me how to suck dick from the back, and I was like, I already answered this a bunch of times. Nah.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do it, but I know how it's been. Now we stop.
Picture a balloon,
There you go.
and you know when you want to make a squirrel voice, a chipmunk voice. What do? Done. That's how you do it. Boom.
Shit.
Glad I could help.
Oh,
Glad I could help. Yeah, so since we blew through our own podcast, no pun intended.
hey.
Now Jake's not here. Now we're late. We might not even do our own podcast.
This
Oh,
could have just
shit.
been a magical moment.
We just put this up
It was meant to be.
Brent puts up his audio, we put up our audio, and we just pass it off as an episode of the Superiority Complex.
And you know it's gonna sound better on his end.
it always does.
It's painful.
I got to tell you, you guys, for having one mic that sits on a shoebox, Brent,
Tell me
yeah.
it works.
you guys always sound good.
I don't have to mess with the volume. Nothing.
I always
We ain't got
picture,
no mixers or nothing.
but I picture you guys sharing a mic like at a rock concert, like when
Pass it back. No, like a karaoke mic.
Yeah, like when
just
the-
back and
We
forth.
do when we start singing. We do that for real.
That is fantastic. That is great.
Sit right there on the couch.
By the way, last episode with Mrs. PJ, that had such a good family feel. I love that because you could tell you all guys are all good friends, and that really came across. So I thought
That's
that
why
was
that show went so long.
yeah, that was a great episode, and it's cool because she was supportive of you guys. You know, that was really cool
Oh, yeah.
too. That was really cool.
You can't see her, but she was just smiling the whole damn time. And she was quick. When I said, hey, come sit on the mic, she like ran over there from the kitchen. I was like, whoa.
She'd been prepping for this for weeks.
That's why I
Justine
was like, let me go ahead
quietly,
and just turn him her way.
Justine just quietly got up to go to the bathroom, and she didn't want us to point it out. But let's all be quiet.
We're gonna stop.
Let's all
You on
be
the
quiet.
squatty potty.
Oh, speaking of Squatty Potty, we got one.
Did you get
You
it?
actually
We
bought
got
that
it.
shit?
Yeah, we actually bought it.
Okay, this is breaking news because we would usually say this for Superiority Complex,
But that's not happening.
but I'm giving Brent the scoop. Go. Let's talk about it.
So it takes some adjusting and getting used to because like it puts your knees like up in your chest.
Uh-huh.
But it helps. Things go better.
Tornado drill position.
So you're basically just launching it like a torpedo.
Yeah, but it's basically like you're just squatting. It's all it is. It's in the name. It's squatty potty. You're just squatting, except you're actually leaning against something. It helps. I don't know if she likes it or not. Justine, do you like the squatty potty? She's not going to answer this.
She's dead silent.
She's trying to be proud right now.
She can't hear over the sound she's making.
Concentrating.
Yeah, she's not going to be in there in a long time either. She left her phone.
Stay on target.
Oh,
Almost there. It sucks when anybody. It's away. It sucks when. It sucks when
it didn't go in.
It just impacted on the surface.
Yeah, it's a problem.
Justine, you switched off your targeting computer.
What's wrong?
You've been in there a while.
She just yelled from the bathroom. God, I hope the mics
She'll
picked that
kick
up.
your ass when she come out in.
She's going to kick Patrick's. I'm safe.
Yeah, Mario's usually
That's true.
safe. I'm the one who takes all the abuse.
Yeah, she takes all the abuse. I get them fighting, and then I just walk away.
Never mind.
That's what I do. I get them fighting. I walk off.
I take the abuse.
Oh, John's here.
Oh, thank God.
Oh, John's going to guest on the home video hustle.
No, he's shopping.
Hey.
Oh, he stopped to talk?
So slowly.
Man, this is boring for your listeners. They're like, who are these people?
They were like, we're going to talk about a movie this week. Nope.
They didn't want to talk about...
I gotta put a fake title up too now.
Yeah.
Don't tell anybody.
Make up like a movie like Blue Harvest and throw it up there. We review
No, Blue Velvet.
Blue Velvet.
There you go.
There's a movie.
Oh, I gotta make TJ watch that.
Blue
Oh, he's going to be
Velvet.
terrified. There you go. Hi, John. Say hello to the home video hustle.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, how you doing? What's going on, man?
Good.
John, we had a question. What is your favorite Christmas horror movie?
Ooh.
Die Hard.
Silent Night, Deadly Night?
There's a great one like last year. That Krampus movie was pretty good.
I haven't seen it.
See that?
Yeah, that's the guy that did Trick or Treat. That's a
I do
pretty,
like that one.
Yeah, well, it's the same director, and it was pretty damn good. I can't think of one I like better at the moment.
What's Trick or Treat?
That was.
You never seen that?
No. Is it good, sir?
The anthology movie.
Oh, I got to check it out.
You know who loved that was Tawny. Tawny was real into that.
Oh, yeah. Our sometime co-host, Tawny, she loved Krampus.
And she was really big on Trick or Treat. Yeah,
I got to check it out.
I can't think of anything offhand for a Christmas horror film. That's probably
Black
it.
Christmas?
Yeah, I haven't seen Black Christmas or Silent Night, Deadly Night. So I guess
that's it.
Yeah, I guess that's a short list, isn't it?
That's it, yeah. Gremlins.
Oh yeah, you gotta include
about to
Gremlins.
say.
Yeah,
Gremlins is a good one.
because it's definitely taking place all during Christmas week. Yeah.
And the puppet effects are really great. We love those puppet effects.
Yeah, and that whole thing about the father getting stuck in the chimney, dressed like Santa Claus.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about that.
Phoebe Cates
Ain't that
tells
the girl's
story.
story?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Is that Phoebe Cates?
Yeah.
yeah. She tells that story.
I didn't recognize her with all her clothes on. Hey!
I'm just glad I remembered a second film she was in. I always thought, well, it was Fast Times at Ridgemont High, and that was it.
Fred.
Well, that's it. And then Kevin Kline comes along and puts that on lockdown, and that's it.
I guess
It's sealed in a vault.
It makes you wonder cause she's done like one other film in 30 years that was a Kevin Kline film.
And she still looks, when you see her now, she still looks fantastic.
I know. You go, what's going on? Is there like a painting in the attic that's aging for her or something?
Yeah, I think it's a painting of me.
I liked her in Drop Dead Fred.
She was
There
in
you
Drop Dead
go.
Fred?
Ah, so she has a whole career we don't even know about. We just think of her in a red bikini.
Yeah, one movie.
Yeah, that's it. You mean she made a movie besides that one in the red bikini?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I watched that tape so many times, it just looked like it was snowing.
Yeah, right. I know everybody. That's how everyone figured out how to put something on a loop with that movie.
That's it. Doesn't anybody knock anymore? I just started watching
I've
that.
never seen that whole movie, just that one part.
Well, it's a damn good movie, but that is the best part of the movie. Well written, well done, but that is the best part of the movie. Yeah.
I will say, Brent, that is one you should do for the show. If you guys ever do like
Yeah.
80s, you guys should just
Okay.
do 80s comedy in a bag. You could do you could do the John Hughes movies. You can do that.
And that one's still great.
I've seen a lot of those either.
all these years, it still holds up.
You would like just the soundtracks on some of those because I know you like 80s music.
I got one of them. I can't remember which one right now.
Don't tell John what you were listening to last night because he will roll his eyes so hard.
Oh.
I'll have to resuscitate him to get him to do our
Well,
podcast.
he already be mad at me because I love 80s synthesizer music anyway.
Oh yeah. That's a thorn in my paw. That whole Depeche Mode.
Why you dislike it so much? Because I love that music.
Because I love guitars, and that was a bad That was a bad decade because it was all that tin, and it was bad synthesizer. There's good synthesizer, but there was a lot of that tinny sort of Casio three keys. Flock of Seagulls, Pet Shop Boys, all that stuff.
There it is. He hit it.
There it is.
Was that the hat trick?
See, I knew
Depeche
it.
Mode, Spandau Ballet.
All I had to do was lay the trap. You see that, Brent? See that?
I just love guitars and drums and bass, and that decade, the 80s were kind of bad. That was really tough. It was tough for guitar bands, I'll tell you.
Do you like drum and bass music?
Oh, I know, that's funny.
Hey.
Yeah, because there you go. Yeah, because that's all drum and bass. Yeah.
What about Miami bass?
Miami bass. How about Ace of
Oh,
Base?
yeah, there you go.
Ace of Base? Dang, you threw right back at me.
Uh-huh.
The learner has become the master.
Master of Evil doth.
Oh man. Well, Brent, you say goodbye to us because we can't say goodbye to you.
Oh, yeah.
We don't want to quit you.
That was the greatest. To listen to that show. You listen to that show, and it was like 2 hours of like, well, we got to go now. Well, it was great talking to you. Well,
Guess
goodbye
what?
now.
Guess what? You just walked in a
It's more
time
of it on
loop.
here.
Yeah.
Did you start at 11 or something?
We didn't even do our board game podcast. We were going to do the board game.
What time did you start?
We told Brent we'll be on for 15 minutes. It's an hour and 12 minutes.
Oh, wow. So you did start like at 12, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, we started at 11:30.
Oh, wow.
Never gonna give him up.
Never
I don't know how
gonna,
this always happens.
Never gonna let you down.
never gonna let him go or desert him. You just rickrolled everybody who listens to Home Video Hustle. Nicely done, sir.
Oh, I can't believe that worked.
My brother loves that song, too. He sings it all the time.
I'm not kidding, but when you first hear that song and you hear Rick Astley's voice, and then you see him,
Rick
do
Astley?
you expect that voice to be
Exactly.
coming out of that dude?
No.
I did not know that was a white dude for a long time. I was like, whoa.
And a tiny white dude.
Skinny white dude.
That little skinny, frail-looking dude. I was like, this little nerd got that voice.
We're no strangers to love. He's like, whoa.
Never gonna.
He got like 4 or 5 albums.
Yeah, and what's funny is I've
didn't know
heard
that.
that he's really in on the joke, kind of. And when you see him live now, he kind of knows that he's cool, but he's cool with it. So,
Might as well embrace it.
hey, but you know what? There's no shame. That's a good song. There's a reason.
Oh, yeah, I love that song.
There's a reason that song's still around 30 years later. I don't know. But you hear those drums. I rickrolled somebody. I found a jazz version of that by Postmodern Jukebox. And we're in the car. I was in the car driving my daughter to school. And because she's always talking about rickrolling. And I just put it on like we were driving to school, just like I'm playing some jazz in the morning. And all of a sudden, the lyrics come up and she's just staring daggers at me. It was the best.
Wow, she's of the age now where she'll stare daggers at you.
Yeah, I tell her dad jokes left and right. She hates every second of it.
Man. Hates every second of it.
And I tell her, you know what? We're driving down the car. You know what I tell her? You don't like it? The door.
The door.
There's the door. Uh-oh, there's the door.
Okay, we're leaving.
All right, I'm gonna let y'all go.
We have to leave, Brent. We have to do our own podcast.
Justine's got a face. She's doing this like she's been hearing this for the last hour. She's
I
like,
told you, that's my silence. I'm just
Yeah.
staring them down.
I love it. She's just like this.
Okay,
She's like,
so we're all gonna sign off, and then Justine, we want you to say at the end, we want you to say hustle, hustle.
No, it's
There
the
you
new
go.
one.
Yeah, but do it in
Hustle,
that.
motherfucking hustle.
whoa.
Whoa!
There you go.
Dang.
Hey, can you
Yeah.
put that on a loop for me?
Yeah, take that
It's gonna do an
sound.
end to every show now.
Take that sound bite.
Both of theirs.
That's the Mystery Science Theater. You know the stinger at the end when they do a line from the
Yep.
episode? That's it. You just hear
Every week.
Justine
I love
said.
that. Every week.
She's got that radio.
Same singer every week.
Damn.
Damn.
Yeah, just drop it in there. You know what would be great if when PJ's about to say it and Brett just drops that in over PJ.
He won't know
Dub
about it
him
unless he
over.
listens to it.
He won't know. He doesn't
I said
listen.
he don't really listen to it anyway.
He and John Sandy they're the same because PJ kind of
They for real are.
they shy. Brent's co-host kind of shies away from technology as well. It's a way to be.
No laptop, no internet, barely got a phone. Yeah.
That's me. Hey, that's me.
Yeah.
I got a flip
Yeah,
top.
same exact thing.
Yeah. It's like I'll get
I'm
them.
the
I'll
complete
get them when I
opposite.
need them. You know.
Yeah, that's how he is too. He uses his to text and make calls. That's it. He don't even get online.
I use it as a phone. Everyone's all, wow, a phone. Go figure. That's
Different.
a phone.
I'm the opposite. If people are calling me, I'm like, why are you calling me? Text me.
You're like, oh yeah.
I
this
call
thing's
you
a
every
phone.
once in a while, just try and get a hold of you quicker, and it's just useless. You never pick up.
Well, if I'm at home, I'm in a dead zone. Thank you, T-Mobile.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah,
I know, right?
I'm in
That's
a
why I had to come upstairs.
Oh yeah. When I do talk to you, you're like, we got about 10 seconds. I'm standing on one foot
Yeah.
in the bathroom. And
I'm
we got
holding
about
a
10
coat hanger.
seconds. And you're not kidding because you just cut right out. You're like, okay, say it to click. It's like, I went
it.
dead.
Oh, that still works?
Yeah.
All right, we got to go because Jake comes and we don't want him to be on the home video hustle.
Herb in the car right now.
I'll start singing.
We just
Thank
got
God
here.
he's late because he had to put air in his tires.
You got to put air, putting the old air
Ew.
in the tires.
I get the picture.
Ew.
Oh, and I got to give I do have to leave because I got to get Phil lined up here. So we will talk to you
yeah.
later, Brent.
All right, man. Thanks for coming on in, man.
Of course.
Short notice, too.
Thank you for having us. We're here anytime, and we apologize to your listeners.
All right, y'all.
Take it easy, man.
See ya.
Y'all, too.
Love that guy.
Hey, party ain't over yet. Like I said, I got these questions I'm gonna answer for y'all. Ain't wanna leave y'all hanging on them. So, first one I got here from the Besotted Geek podcast. Check them out if y'all haven't. He asked, what inspired me to get, or what inspired you to get into podcasting? If you did listen to other shows first, what were they? It's a kind of a weird story here, but I'm gonna let you know. I'm gonna keep it short though for y'all. I got into podcasting because I originally wanted to get into radio. I went to broadcasting college, got the degree and all that. I did a couple things. I've even been on like live local radio show here in the city I live in. And it wasn't as fun as I thought it was going to be. I'm a big fan of hip hop, but I like old school hip hop and like underground hip hop. I don't like mainstream hip hop. I can't stand new music. It's fucking whack. And I just didn't want to sit at a booth playing a bunch of top 40 quote unquote hits that I didn't feel like listening to all day. I only listen to the radio in my car, except for the old school hip hop station. It just wasn't very fun. So then I went into the video aspect of it. Me and my friend D-Ray, we started a video production company called Old Schooler Productions. And we filmed weddings and parties and music videos and all that type of shit. And that was fun for a while. We did it for years. I mean, we still got a YouTube page with a bunch of videos up if you want to know. Just go type in Old Schooler Productions, OLSKOOLAH Productions. It was fine, but then got annoyed with that too because of people not wanting to pay us or telling us we overcharge. And there were a lot of money problems. And because like we used to charge $500 to do weddings, and anybody that's listened to this that's been married, you know, we was fucking jacking ourselves on that because people charge a couple $1,000 to do that shit, but we was charging $500 just because, you know, we wasn't the top of the line cats like that. So we still had problems, so that was annoying. Biggest thing that annoyed me though personally was we used to do a cheerleading competition every year. We would film. First year it drove me wild because we had like a little podium thing that we sat the camera up on. My friend, he was walking around getting crowd shots and all that, but I was stationary, you know, just filming the stage. It was cool at first, but then people started like crowding around my podium and like jumping up and down and, you know, banging up against my shit and screaming real loud next to the camera. So audio's getting blown out and my camera's shaking. They didn't stop them. I tried to wave to the people that was running it and pointing like, yo, you need to get these motherfuckers out of here. Your video gonna be fucked up. Thought I turned the ringer off. Yeah, I told them no, but so when it came time to give them the video, they kind of were complaining to D-Ray about the audio and the video. And I told them, I was like, well, you know what? Next year, make sure them motherfuckers stay away from the camera. You get what you get, man. I tried to tell y'all that. So the second year we did it, everything was fine. They roped it off. Everybody stayed the fuck away. Perfect. Third year was the worst because third year they did it even more so than the first year. So that video really got fucked up. And then to make matters worse, there was a group that won almost every fucking prize every year. And they actually lost something. And they actually got mad and like started arguing. And so parents are like arguing back and forth, you know, in the crowd, and the kids are trying to calm them down. And I'm just up there shaking my head like, really, y'all? Is it y'all bugging out over this bullshit like that for real? So I'm already super annoyed by the whole thing. I go out to the car because it's time to leave. I'm trying to find D-Ray, can't find him. Step out to the parking lot. These motherfuckers out here fighting. And it just drove me crazy because it's like, man, we're at like an actual like venue doing this shit. And there's people just looking around, just shaking their head. And I'm just like, come on, man, why do black folks always gotta make black folks look bad, man? Like, come on, it's a fucking cheerleading competition. You know how fucking embarrassing that shit is. I look around and there's people just looking at everybody all crazy and shit. which in turn mean they looking at me all crazy because I'm involved with this bullshit. I don't know, that shit, it pisses me off so much, man. It's like, just chill the fuck out. Why are kids breaking up adults? Like, I don't understand that shit. Y'all motherfuckers are wilding out here. And so when I found D-Ray, I said, look, man, we got to go because I can't deal with this shit no more. And after that pretty much killed most of my enthusiasm for video making. It was fun when we did just the dumb, goofy videos, but when it came to actually doing that shit for a job, I was like, I don't want to do this no more. So a couple years went by, maybe like a year and a half of not really doing much. And I talked to PJ, because for a long time, PJ didn't live here anymore. He had moved away for school. And he came back, and I was like, hey, you know, you on my side of town now, you're not all the way on the other side of town. You want to try and do a podcast? Because I had tried to do a couple on my own, but I wasn't really happy with them. It was almost like a kind of a Soup Complex type show where I just talked about video games and movies, geek shit. But it just wasn't fun because on my own, it was, you know, not very enthusiastic. And I wasn't really confident in my skills yet like I am now to talk solo. So it sounded like I wasn't confident in it. But PJ was down because, as y'all have heard on the show, one of me and PJ's big things to do back in high school whenever we hung out on the weekend was to watch movies, because as y'all know, he ain't seen shit. So I used to have fun showing him shit he ain't never seen before, and we would talk about it. Pretty much what we do now, just now we have the microphone in front of us. So I was like, you know, let's do that shit. Let's just put a mic in front of us and do what we normally do. And thankfully y'all like it, so I appreciate that. But, you know, I didn't mean to talk that long. I'm trying to keep this short because I know that first part was long. But beside the geek, that's pretty much what made me, you know, get into this shit for real. Mystery Science Theater question. Okay, up my alley. Joel or Mike or Jonah, best crow, best Mystery Science Theater riff used in real life. For the first one, Joel or Mike, got to go with Mike because when I was recording episodes off Sci-Fi back when I was like 10 years old, that's who I was watching majority of the time. I love the other two, though. I don't dislike any of them. Best crow, I can't really give you an answer on that. I like all of them, even the newer cat. I like all of them equally, pretty much. But maybe I gotta go with Bill Corbett again from the Sci-Fi era, just because that fucking Sci-Fi era is what I really grew up watching. Favorite Mystery Science Theater riff I use in real life? Sleep! I say that to fucking people all the time. It used to be whenever somebody would be falling asleep or they would say they were tired, and I'll be like, you know, oh, you know what you should do? They'd be like, well, and I'd just be like, sleep! And they would scare the fuck out of them every time. Until they started realizing what was going to come, then they knew. But them first couple times when they actually scared them, that shit was the best. From the Useless Debates podcast. And y'all hear they promo after this. What's going down, y'all? If you had to compete in a talent show, what would you do? I don't know. It's funny because whenever there was a talent show in high school, I used to leave. I would just walk out the front door. Since everybody was in the auditorium, I'd wait like maybe 10 minutes till it started, and I would just walk out. I don't give a fuck about that shit. I don't know, honestly. I don't dance much. I sing, but not great. PJ's the rapper. I guess I'd have to do poetry. I mean, I did the poem on the show on the Drop Zone episode, and people seem to like it, so maybe that. If you realistically had to train for an Olympic event, what would you do? I have no fucking idea. I don't even know what all the Olympic events are, homie. I guess run track. I don't know. Soup Complex again. What is one movie we'll never see on the Home Video Hustle? That's hard to answer because me and PJ pride ourselves in being able to watch any fucking movie we want and talk about it on the show and make it entertaining. When we did Cannibal Holocaust, we didn't think anybody would want to hear about that or, you know, like that discussion because we weren't really hype or anything. But guess what? That's the most fucking downloaded episode of our show now. So, like I said, you never fucking know. We can do anything and make it entertaining, I guess. But I know one movie, I know it'll come eventually because PJ's gonna make me do it because he knows how much I hate it. But there's a movie called Tyler Perry Temptation. And in the Running Man episode, I talked all about how I hate that fucking movie. So I don't think it's any movie we wouldn't do. But it's just a lot of movies that I really don't want to do. And there's a whole lot of them. In that Running Man episode, I talked about two of them. Temptation and Titanic. I don't want to watch those movies. And I don't want to really watch any Disney movies. But PJ's gonna make me. He already got me once with Fox and the Hound. And I still gotta get him back for that shit. And no, I didn't get him back with Cannibal Holocaust because he picked that fucking movie. I just told him about it though. So I guess in a way, maybe. Oh yeah, Soup wanted me to answer this in the first part too, didn't he? Fuck, marry, kill, Beside a Geek, Kung Fu, Drive-In, Useless Debates podcast. Fuck. I guess I'd have to fuck the Kung Fu Drive-In because we'd be down with Wu-Tang. Marry Beside a Geek because there's a woman on that podcast, And I guess, Phil, you gotta die, homie. Sorry about that. There's my answer. Personal soundtrack, what song is always playing in your head? That's from Patrick again from Soup Complex. I don't know if there's one specific song that's always playing in my head because I fucking love music and it's a big part of my life. So there can always be, different moods can bring different songs. Lately, I've been playing a song by the Pet Shop Boys called West End Girls. I love that song. maybe I can use that as an answer. On my phone, my ringtone is a song by Ice Cube called The Nigga You Let Her Hate. I talked about it on the first part of the show. And I guess since I can be out in public and my phone will go off and that song will play, I guess that's my theme song, I guess. From the What Were They Thinking podcast, shout out to Brennan and Nathan. What do you consider the most important part of movie theater etiquette that when people break it, you feel rage? Talking real loud annoys the fuck out of me, honestly. Like, shut the fuck up. We all trying to watch the movie. I don't need you yelling dumb shit in the background. From Poop Culture, what's going down, y'all? Preferred method of viewing older movies, digital or real 35mm reels? Hard to answer because I'm used to digital now, I guess. And of course, before digital, all the movies we saw were 35mm reels. And it's been a while since I've seen one on 35, so I can't really pinpoint the differences to you right now out my head. It all kind of looks the same to me. But like I said, because it's been a while since I've seen actual film reel used. So I don't know. I don't really have a preferred method. It's just as long as the motherfucking movie works. Because there's been a lot of times we go to a movie theater and the shit don't work or they got to restart it. As long as that shit work, it really don't matter to me. Patrick again, who's your favorite movie villain? Simon Phoenix from Demolition Man. I already talked about that. No joke. When I was younger and I saw that movie, I wanted to grow up and be an actor. Just so if they ever remade Demolition Man, I could play Simon Phoenix because I fucking love Wesley Snipes in that movie. No joke. The homie Eric at Eric of Aragon on Twitter, what's going on, man? As a dedicated movie fan, I like this question. As a dedicated movie fan, how have you missed true classics and yet have seen most B to C movies ever made? Easy question. It's because of Mystery Science Theater. I saw that shit at a young enough age to where it molded my love of movies in a way. Because, of course, that show deals with nothing but B movies. So it made me have a love for them in a way. Because some of those movies on that show, I have the actual versions of now without the Mystery Science Theater dudes talking over it. And I still watch them like real movies. I like them. A lot of newer movies don't really interest me for real. Like the superhero flicks and shit, like not all of those like really excite me. I get bored with a lot of those sometimes, honestly. Because even this summer, there's so many movies I missed because I just really didn't care to go. Like I did to go see Blade Runner because I had to go see Blade Runner because the original one is my favorite movie ever made. There's this reason why, and I'll wait until we review that movie one day because I got to get PJ to watch that. Yeah, that's really the main answer for me, man. It's just those interest me more, like big budget, blockbusters and all that. I don't care that much most times. I like the dumb shit. I like movies I can watch and laugh at. Question from Hey Down in Front podcast. This one from Bryce. What's going on, homie? He asked who my favorite stand-up comedian was and if I can remember the first time hearing the material. That's not hard to answer, but it's kind of different. My favorite comedy stand-up is different from my comedian because my favorite comedian didn't do my favorite stand-up. Favorite comedy stand-up of all time is Eddie Murphy Delirious. That is my shit. I quote it all the time in daily life. I can watch it at any time. And when it was on Netflix, I can't tell you how many times I just had that shit on in the background while I was doing something just laughing. But my favorite comedian is not Eddie Murphy, it's Chris Rock. I love Chris Rock. I can listen to his shit all the time. I got all his DVDs upstairs. Quote his shit a lot in daily life too. That is my dude. Love me some Chris Rock. A lot of people don't though, but it's all good because I do. So hey, homie Uncle D on Twitter, he asked, greatest video game story of all time. Highly debated between Metal Gear Solid or Fallout for me. Not gonna be Fallout for me because I've never played a Fallout game. I know, crazy, right? But for me, it's definitely gotta be Metal Gear Solid because it's my favorite video game series of all time. So, bam, easy question. Question from Jazz right here. What's going on? High Expectations podcast. Think of 3 movies you saw last. Which world would you want to visit for a week? Which would you want to live in forever? And which would you take a character back from to live with you? It's kind of easy. It's the easy first half of that question because I haven't seen a lot of movies lately. Last 3 movies I saw, Blade Runner 2049 in the theater. And then the 2 I did for the show, so Psycho 3 and Demolition Man. So from that, I'd have to say, where would I visit for a week? I guess I'm going to the Bates Motel in Psycho 3 because Norman Bates normally kills women unless you go fucking with him. So I could just chill in the hotel room, watch Mystery Science Theater on the TV, and then go the fuck back home after a week. So, hey, bam, 1 down. Which would I want to live in forever? Blade Runner, easily, bam. Which would I take? Well, I guess I got to take somebody back from Demolition Man. And once again, easy. Lenina Huxley, Sandra Bullock, come on down, girl. You coming home with me. Easy question. Jazz also asked, do I remember the first movie I ever saw at the cinema? Oh, fuck. Okay, I don't know what the first one was, but I could think of some of the earliest ones. That's 99. No, that's 97. That's 95. Okay. The Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie. I know I went to go see that when it came out, and that came out in 95. Oh, and Batman Forever came out in 95 too, and I know I went to go see that. So maybe though, wait a minute, hold on. I might know one older than that. What year did that shit come out? Give me 1 second. Oh, okay. So, yep. I guess the Page Master might be the first movie I saw because that came out in 94. and I was 3. So, of course, I don't remember anything before that. So, I guess The Page Master was the first movie I saw in theaters. Hilarious, because I don't like Disney movies, even though I don't think that's a Disney movie, but you get what I'm saying, if you know that movie. That video game sucked, too, by the way. When I go to a bar, what drink do I order? Rum and Coke, homie, every time. Has a film ever made you cry? Yeah, it was called Blade Runner. And there's a story behind that, like I said, but I'm not going to tell y'all now. Y'all got to wait for that episode one day. But I think that's the only one, too. There's a reason for it, damn it. What is your perfect pizza? There's a spot here in the city, a little bit past downtown, called Fabian's. And they make deep dish pizzas. And I know I caught some flack on Twitter before for talking about deep dish pizza, but I don't give a fuck. I love that pizza. And they don't have it like, they're not super deep dish pizzas. You can still eat them with your hand and all that. It might get a little messy and all that, like eating ribs or something. But hey, I don't mind getting a little messy here and there. But you always get the supreme kind. And so it's got all the shit thrown on top of, the peppers, the sausage, pepperoni, all cubed and diced or whatever. Good as fuck, man. I love that shit. I ain't been there in a while. I need to go. I need to take P. I don't think I ever took P there. But if I'm talking like normal pizzas, like what do I order? Like on a daily basis? Not on a daily basis, shit. Like on a normal basis, when I order pizza, you just give me a large double pep. That's all I need to be happy, homie. Keep it simple. All right, I say this one for last because this one made me laugh. But I'm going to give you a real answer, though. Natalie from Why Am I Watching This? She asked, that's a podcast. Go check them out. And it says, will I ever find a man who will love me and my breastfeeding kink? Now, when I saw that, of course, it caught me off guard because you've heard all the other shit I've been asked. That one caught me slightly. But will you ever find a man that loves you and your breastfeeding kink? Hell yeah, man. Believe me. Everybody got their little things they like. Everybody got their kinks. Some people like feet. Some people like licking booty. Some people like, having safety pins on their dick. All that crazy shit. Everybody likes something weird. Yeah, I might even like something weird, but I'm not telling y'all on the show. Ha ha. But yeah, hell yeah, man. Believe me. Just find somebody that ain't approved about everything, man. Find somebody that's willing to have fun, do extra shit like that. You never know. Everybody like what they like. I ain't no shame here, believe me. Do your thing, girl. It's all good. But I think you will, man. I don't think that's nothing too crazy like that anyway. It only caught me off guard because I didn't expect that question to pop up. But nah, I mean, you can find somebody. That's easy, girl. Just can't talk to none of them old stiff-ass, no fun having motherfuckers. Somebody out there might be down with it. And if they ain't, tell them about it. You never know. Maybe they will be down with it. Hey. But that's all the questions I got. I don't want to run this shit too long. I just want to let y'all know, though. PJ said he going to be back next week. He said no matter what, he going to get right and be back next week. Once again, apologize he couldn't be here. But I tell him, I'm pretty sure y'all can feel him on why he ain't here, Everybody gets sick. You got to do your thing sometime. But I'm going to hold my homie down, hold the show down, hold y'all down. Make sure y'all got something to listen to. Hopefully y'all enjoy that shit. Anytime y'all got any type of questions y'all want to ask us from now on, go on and shoot them bitches through. Because like I said, P wants to start doing this more often now. Because he doesn't get on Twitter or the internet that much. So a lot of times he doesn't know about shit until I tell him. So I'll give him like this big dump of information. I'll be like, oh, this person said this. And I'll take screenshots and they tweeted us this. They give us props on that. Look at our download numbers, all that. And he loves that shit. So if you ever want to ask P a question, you want to ask me a question, ask us questions. We usually record on Tuesdays, unless something goes down. So anytime, like Monday, Sunday, whenever you want to, go on and shoot something through. Let us know what you want to know. And we'll tell you. We ain't got no shame in the game for the most part, so we'll answer that shit. But just to let y'all know, y'all already know, but I'm going to let y'all know anyway. You can follow us on Twitter at capital H, capital V, capital H, capital P, lowercase, oddcast. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram. Listen to the show on Podbean, iTunes, or Apple Podcasts, whatever. Podcast Addict, Pocket Cast, Castbox, all that shit. So until next time, have a good Friday. Have a good rest of your day. Whatever one you listening to this shit on. Have fun. Go out there, do your thing. And I'll see you again next week. Peace.
Yeah, but do it in
Hustle, motherfucking hustle.
Whoa.
Whoa!
Shit.
There you go.